Okay, for part B, the kinetics experiment, first we want to switch our data collection mode to time-based. Hit time-based, rate. So we want to make our duration longer, then that's might end before we're done. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this to, we'll set it for an hour. That'll be way more than enough time that we need. 2 samples a second, a sample every half second. It's kind of fast, but that'll be good. Hit OK. Now we'll go back over to our graph. We will add in, so we have a brand new cuvette of exactly 1 milliliter, 1.00 milliliters of our stock solution. We'll add that to our spectro. We can see that it's reading. All right, so we will start running. We'll hit play down here. Sometimes with gloves, it doesn't like to react right away. All right, so it's reading. Now we will get a 1 mil graduated pipette, get a bit of sodium hydroxide. And so we'll come back over to our SpectroViz. And our goal is to drop exactly 0.200 mils into here. Right there. Take a note of what time that was. So for about 46 seconds. So you'll want to pay attention to your absorbance. As you can see, it's going to drop. And so just let this run and collect data until we get to around, I believe it's 0.02 absorbance units. And we haven't gotten quite below 0.02, but since it's actually going back up, I'm going to go ahead and stop the experiment. All right, now from here, we want to save this data. So once again, what we do is we go File, and then Export, not Save. Export. Once again, this is going to save to USB, so save it as something you'll recognize. I'm just going to do CV NaOH. You hit OK, and that'll save it to your flash drive. Now, one final thing is we want to go back to full spectrum. So we'll go back to this home page, change the mode to full spectrum. Our settings are still good. We'll hit OK. We've already saved, so we'll just discard. We'll go back to the graph. We'll run. And that's our spectrum. It looks like it doesn't really absorb any light, huh? When you hit stop, it shows we actually do have some absorbance. Our scale was a little bit, but if you look over here, we're at 0.01 absorbance, only up to 0.05. And now we want to export this. So once again, File, Export. So I'll do CVNaOH and then FS for full spectrum. Save it as whatever makes sense to you. Maybe your initials and the date would make a lot of sense. And all right, that is part 2.